that grief, that unrelenting sorrow, that's the raw material. That's the gold an actor mines to create great performance.
So my tragedy is your gold. Duly noted.
Sorry, he wanted to watch you teach.
Norman, I'm just trying to explain to my class that acting is really an extension of living. It's how we explore what it is to be human.
Bullshit.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what it's like to be human? Is that something you want to know? Fine, I'll tell you. It hurts to be human. It hurts like hell. And all the exploring in the world doesn't make that hurt go away. Because being human and being hurt are the same damn thing.
Just came up with the idea one day you're going to make you know, this is set in Hollywood, but it's not really a Hollywood show.
No, the background is fun to do, the show business background, and I like the idea that Sandy's character is surrounded by another generation, right? And the gap between their perception is something that I wanted to write about as well. From the outset, the idea was. This seemed like a rich area to write about, the minutia of what happens as we get older, both in relationships and friendships and our bodies, our perception, our cognizance, you know, losing loved ones, health issues are, you know, constant. And then there's this drifting away from the culture. You know, you kind of feel, I've often felt like I'm standing on a dock watching Western culture leaving on a boat. And good luck. Good luck to the street media stuff that I don't understand.
That balance between, I don't know, it's comedy and tragedy, you know, the two masks, that can fall like a souffle, or it can really work, and it really works here, but it's getting that tone right is tricky, and you guys do it. I mean, you can go from sad to, you know, jokes on a dime.
I think one of the things that amazes me about Chuck, too, is, you know, you always think that they build the whole arc of the season and everything. Chuck finishes an episode but not knowing where the next one's going to go, and then just starts writing another episode. And they run pretty close. You know, we were for this last episode, we were just literally about 10 days before shooting, when finishing them up. And you're right, to hear for a kind of a comedy, to get the kind of response that we're getting from a home audience, when you're not hearing it out loud in an audience, has been really, really rewarding.
So what's season 2 going to do here, now that you're working on that?
We wanted to take season 2 in a little bit of a different direction. There's hope in season 2. You know, there was a lot of loss. There's a lot of loss and melancholy in the first 8 episodes, and it just felt right. Again, just trusting what felt right to take these characters in a different direction in the second season. So. There's a glimmer of hope for Alan's character. We put Sandy through hell.
Yeah, I don't know how hopeful it was for me this year.
Yeah, Sandy goes. It gets more difficult for Sandy, and there's the glimmer of hope for Norman's character, both in his personal life and his family life.
Well, I think for all of the reasons and issues that Chuck just mentioned about getting old, the one he didn't is that he finds humor. And when I read the first script, when Chuck sent it to me, you know, I said, "This is funny," and I could relate to a whole lot of the stuff. So the quality of writing is, and I mean, Chuck has written, I think, just about every single one of it. He's written every single one of them, and with a couple of people in a few, is so good. belittles most of the stuff that I get to see in feature films. And I love the fact that it's come around and the streaming without having restrictions on the amount of time. You know, our episodes are 25 minutes long, 35 minutes long, and language, subject matters. It's just been great. So I've loved this whole process.